So, I wanted to make a random video. As you can see, I'm in the dark, not by choice, but rather circumstances, which is a great word to describe many fuck ups in a small amount of time that leads you from point A to point fuck off. I think for once I'm in the best headspace I'll be for a while until I get to a better point under the circumstances of where I am. But anyway, the point is, I just want to go on a random event, honestly. I don't really, like, this is what I do all the time in my head, but I've never, but just like most artists or most content creators or just most people who take creation and put it onto paper, I guess my canvas is you guys, and my paper is this video making, I guess. Like, for instance, it's hard to describe my feelings when you're constantly don't have no definition of what you're feeling, and the feeling is constantly changing on top of that as well. I wanted to make many videos on many things, but it's like either my own sabotage or my own actual state of mind was not the best place. I end up just like trashing it as a result. Like, for instance, when I first came out the hospital, I wanted to make a video about how I was announced diabetic and I nearly died through my first 3 nights at the hospital. I won't lie, that was by far the most. I was scared and I felt kind of vulnerable. And I tried to do it like a regular video. It just didn't work, and I just kept breaking down and down and down. And on top of that, it's like last year and the year before and before that was the most shittiest years of my life, and it was like consistently back to back. I would what like when I say it was like back to back, it was like so the start of like what 2025. My mom got hit by a car since her hospital, and during this like same month, I found out one of my family members on my mom's side died. That fucked with me a lot. I'm also at this time too. I'm looking for a regular job, so this is like before I even started working at the current job I'm working at. Then from there, it's like I found out my favorite cousin died too, and I'm like trying to figure out how to handle that as well. And on top of that, I'm like, this is this is a perfect setting because it's like, see this darkness that's on the screen? You can turn up the brightness all you want, it's never going to change. This is my headspace. This is what it's like to be in my mind. Constantly hearing shit you do, you don't, all that bullshit. What? And I find myself the most focused in the darkness at night because honestly, there's not too many people just screaming at commands at me or whatever. Even after I got the job, it felt everyone just kind of treat me like a fucking monster. And all my life I've been treated like a monster or treated like a fucking soldier. I've been treated many ways, but how I wanted to be treated, and it hurts. But this is just me ranting, cause honestly, I don't. I when I say like ranting, this way get the shit off my chest. Honestly, that's like the best way I could put it. And on top of that, it's like I say many things, but I don't mean them. But because my philosophy is like speaking the truth and keeping it real, which I know is a pain in the ass. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. It makes conversation so much harder for me. And on top of that as well, I want to claim people as friends, but sometimes it's just not that easy for me. And on top of that, they're not really people I call friends. Acquaintances is the best way to put it, or familiar faces. Because acquaintances sounds a little bit harsh, but that's what it is. Like, I remember a lot of people, but I don't really claim no one as my friend or foe. Because honestly, every time I had a alleged friend, I feel like I'm an ear money bag, emotional support animal, punching bag, everything. But like, it doesn't go both ways, and it's like I'm in a weird headspace again, where it's like I'm constantly giving, and it's like I feel bad when I accept anything. When I'm working at my current job, it's like I don't. I feel like I get paid for my job. Why am I getting money from random strangers just for doing what I'm supposed to do? Which fucks with me because it's like I don't really know how to accept this. I know people will accept it, but I know I just don't know how to accept it, and it's like weird for me too. I work hard sometimes too, not for other people, for myself to prove that I'm not just a failure like everyone else think I am. I want to. I'm trying to make myself convince myself at this point, or isn't it like shoot, or isn't it like I'm doing this so I can feel something other than just remorseful and like guilt. Because sometimes I tell myself I'm a good person, but I don't believe it, and as a result, I come out of self-deprecating in real life sometimes. Then again, it doesn't really matter what I say in real life. Either people misunderstand what I'm saying on purpose or just don't want to understand me. Because like I try to be social, but it's hard. All my life is being social always got me hurt and got me feeling as if I'm an outcast in my own fucking skin sometimes. On top of that, I got other issues too that just makes everything so fucking difficult for me. I know why I'm recording this too, because honestly, I want to I want to speak my truth and just rant. I have no actual focus. I'm just shooting out shit just so I can clear my mind. The same way how you would like uninstall random bullshit you don't be on your phone, which I actually gotta do that too, because like I have many ideas of doing actual reviews for the phone again. But at the same time, though, I've been out of that system for such a long time. I'm out of practice. Editing feels like more of a chore than anything else, and it's like just like everything else in my life, like, is there even a purpose for me doing something that's not going to reach to nobody or anybody? And as a result, it's like, I feel like I've been doing the same shit over and over again, putting that same damn mask on and wondering if anyone would actually want to see the actual me versus the jester that's in front of them. Yeah, jester, which is kind of funny because it's like a cophobia or a fear of clowns. I don't think jesters are clowns though. I think there's fed up mother assholes who just like you always seen the truth, but not just like me. I just can't really find people to either relate or be like, oh wow, that's unique. I don't fucking know. Hey, this is another thing I hate about myself. Like I feel like I branch off to random fucking things I don't need to branch off to, and it's just like, why? And I swear to God, I keep hearing people say, go get a therapist. Therapy doesn't work for me. I be hearing the same. I be hearing the same shit all my life, and like every time I try to go to therapy, they try to convince me to do some drugs, and that's fucked me up. Fuck, I fucked up one year. that is pretty shit. And that 1 year felt like a millennia. You know, it's kind of spread from 1 year all the way up to like now. But honestly, I think the most of it just disappeared now than anything else. It took a while to get there, but I wish it didn't take so long just so it can just clear out my system. Okay. So, I guess a little thing about me, a little bit of lore. I feel overwhelmed. I shut things down emotionally, then mentally. All this is internally, so on the outside, I'm just like I'm taking it in very comfortably until it just starts translating into my body. All that means is like I clock out before anything else. I never fit in nowhere, and it just feels weird sometimes. I can't tell people how I really feel, and just actually have them accept my feelings and not actually feel as though it's like what they're saying is valid and what I'm saying is not, or rather, rephrase what I'm saying just now. Every time I try to go to people with my emotions, it feels as though they're putting their emotions on top of mine, and it turns into more of a me comforting them versus me being comforted. And they put their own biases and everything onto me. No one just truly listens to what you're trying to say anymore, and it just turns into more nonsense. It would be fine if it was like if it's a stranger you're talking to, they don't know you, and you're just like trying to communicate this. Because when you're around family members and stuff, you try to talk to, and they're just not trying to actually have a heart to heart, but rather just like emotional trauma dump on you instead. Like I came to you for help, and you're just not being helpful. You know, in the past, I guess I know I'm matured because like in the past, I would have been stop recording and just like completely shut the fuck down and just not just like been a part of anything. And as a result, now I just feel like I just don't know what I feel, and that's fine. But it's not fine. It's pretending that everything's fine and just like accepting of like a narrative that was never a narrative, but rather my own mind just trying to cope with the things I just can't get comfortable with emotionally, spiritually, physically, or mentally. I don't know. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk. See ya.